I had a lot of love to give, and you know, if there was a man in my life that was willing to make a commitment, I wouldn't have been artificially inseminated. But I feel that I've done the best I can, and I don't think my daughter's suffering.
This for just a second. Yes, make your point. You wanted to say.
Okay. I just want to say that I had my daughter through donor insemination, and she's 3 years old, and she never has felt that she's missing anything in life so far. She's very well adjusted. She's had good child care.
Yes. Barbara Swallow. Barbara Swallow joins us with her daughter Amanda and wanted to say.
Bill.
Please.
This country has a divorce rate of 50%. 65% of men by the 3rd year after divorce do not pay child support. I'd suggest you go to the next Mets game to take your message to the other half of the population who needs a lecture, not the mothers who are raising the next generation.
Let me tell you something. I want to share something very personal with you. I was not married, nor was I planning to be a father when I found out that the woman I was involved with was pregnant, okay? When I learned that knowledge, my knees buckled. Literally, it's probably like when they told Philly he had to do a show about Elvis being alive. My knees buckled because I knew what that meant in terms of my commitment emotionally and financially to a child.
Why were you so afraid of it?
Don't do us any favors.
Why were you so afraid?
What do you mean, don't do us any favors? Hey, I didn't say obligation. If someone, you, Sherry, should have told that man that you were attempting to get pregnant, I think that's an unconscionable thing to do.
We're in New York. What is it? Go ahead, make your point. Please let her make her point.
I told
yes, ma'am.
the father of my daughter that we were sleeping together to get pregnant.
That's
okay?
a
And
totally
he's
different
still
story.
not part of our
what
life,
right
and he's
does she
still
have
not
to
around.
trick a guy into becoming a father and making him emotionally, potentially
We're in New
emotionally...
York City on the issue of single motherhood. Women who chose it.
She attacked me, I fought back.
Is Elvis still alive?
Didn't your knees
just
buckle?
a moment.
I was putting in a lot of late hours at the office. The pressure was really getting to me. My doctor told me if I didn't get some exercise, I'd be a prime candidate for a heart attack.
Nordic Track.
Nordic Track was just what I needed to work off stress. And my doctor says my blood pressure is lower too.
I had a terrible time losing weight after my second baby, and dieting wasn't enough. I needed a way to burn more calories.
Nordic Track.
With Nordic Track, I was able to increase my metabolism and burn calories faster. I lost weight, and I still ate regular meals.
I really wanted to enjoy this time of my life, but I didn't have the energy.
Nordic Track.
Now I feel great. Better than I have in years. Thanks, Nordic Track.
Millions of people have already discovered how to achieve their personal fitness goals and improve the quality of their lives with Nordic Track. Nordic Track is the easy way for you to get in shape and feel your best. Nordic Track simulates cross-country skiing, the world's best aerobic exercise. So it's a great way to get in shape, manage stress, and help control weight. Unlike ordinary exercisers like bikes, treadmills, and stair climbers, which only work your lower body, Nordic Track provides a total body workout. It tones, develops, and conditions all the major muscles of your upper and lower body. And Nordic Track's patented flywheel design creates a smooth, non-jarring motion no other ski machine can match. With Nordic Track, your workout experience is so involving and so rewarding that Nordic Track is the workout you'll stay with. Independent research shows that even after 5 years, 7 out of 10 Nordic Track users are still using their machines 3 times a week. That's a track record that just can't be equaled by ordinary exercise equipment. Try Nordic Track in the convenience of your own home for 30 days. Call our toll-free number for a free video and brochure. Life is better when you're on track, so get on track with Nordic Track.
To be part of the audience, please send a postcard to Donahue Tickets, care of NBC, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, New York, 10112. Remember, postcards only, please.
I know how you feel. Yes, ma'am. You want to stand so we can hear you?
Lori, has Nico ever met his father?
Well, she needs a mic. Somebody give her a mic. Give her a mic, please. Please. There you go.
You got it.
No, they have not met, but they have been this close together. When Nico was about 2 years old. We were riding, coming from a hardware store, and we pulled up behind a motorcycle. His father was on the motorcycle. He saw me in the rear view mirror. He pulled over. We pulled up next to him. He nodded to me. I nodded back to him. He took a look at Nico, and he drove away.
Oh, hi. This is Dad? I mean, you never told him. Why don't you just go to takeout?
He knows.
I mean,
no, he knows.
You never gave him a choice.
He had a choice. We had a long discussion almost a year
you were
before
pregnant.
I was pregnant that I was going to get pregnant.
Yes, briefly. Sir, my good man.
You ladies seem to be all financially set. How about people who are not financially set? Would you agree to that?
No. I would recommend against it. I set goals at the age of 26 to have a certain amount of money in the bank, to own a home, to have a certain amount of income. That's the only way I could have
I
gone
have
through
lots of
life.
wisdom in the audience. Please give me a chance to make the point. I'll give you a chance in 1 second. Yes, ma'am.
I think it's fine, the lady in the red,
Jane. Yes.
that she adopted. A lot of children need to be adopted.
Right.
The lady in the purple, I think that's disgusting that she just went out to find a man to have a child.
Yeah.
This little boy, how do you think he feels when he gets older? And he says, oh, my mother just went out and had a baby with somebody.
May I present Lorraine Stone. Lorraine, you're from Long Island. You wrote an article on the effects of, more than an article, you've done a lot of work on the effects of illegitimacy on children. However, we may argue about that word.
All right.
You're against
Yes,
this
illegitimacy, that's
foursquare,
the word.
Lorraine. Stand up and tell me why.
Okay. I did an article, a study on the psychological effects of illegitimacy on the illegitimate child. I am not interested in the parents. They are people who have made their decision to do whatever it is that they want to do. Okay? What I really am concerned about is the effect on the child. How does this boy feel? Not at the age of 12.
Wait a minute. Wait,
Not at the age of 12.
I gotta
How
say
will he
something.
feel? How will
Excuse
just
me.
a second,
What do you
please.
think the
Just a
effect of
second.
is calling this child illegitimate? That's a term from 40 years
All right,
ago.
well, let's let that aside for a moment. We
But
Whatever
it's
the
important,
word you
Phil.
want to use, I don't care about the word that you want to use. The word is up to you. What is the effect? Fine and dandy, that is the word that the dictionary describes. He is too young, she is too young. When you have a 16, a 20-year-old, a 25-year-old, when you have a number of these people together in a forum and you can ask them what effects it has on them, if you want to read the effects that these...
All right. Are you Amanda, sweetie?
Yeah.
Kindly stand up, Amanda, and tell us how you want it.
Well, you know how you said they're too young? Well, I don't think I'm too young.
I know you don't.
And I don't think that
Most
I
11
missed
years old
anything
and 12
without
years
having
old
a
never
father.
think they're too young.
What did you say, Amanda?
I don't think that I am missing anything without having a father. I think that my mother has done enough.
Yes.
And I'm fine.
Yes. You wanted to say.
Yes, please. All right,
May I have your
there's one
attention
other
here,
thing
please?
that I would like to
Go ahead,
mention.
Lorraine. Go ahead.
Firstly, this is not the group that my study was aimed at. These are a very, very, very minuscule percentage of the population of children with which I was concerned.
Right.
The usual unwed mother, illegitimate child, whether you like the word or not, that's the word for it. The usual is a very young woman, not in one of the major metropolitan areas of the United States, such as a very small area in the...
Let me just say this, please. We are...
When you do this in any town, USA, then you can say that
we
there's
are
been a change.
a fairly grown-up group of women. We are not 19 or 14 getting pregnant by accident. We are also very, very, very conscious. I mean, we have a single mothers by choice group where we sit around and we talk about this not as if it was some like accident of nature, but something that is it's our mission in life to be healthy, sane parents. We are not doing this without thinking about it.
All right, please let this. May I have your attention for just a moment?
I think the only thing that is really important for a child is that it has love and support. Whoever gives it to them. It can be, you know, why do you have to have this cliche of like a mother and a father? Why can't not just a mother or just a father or two gay people or whoever wants to have a child? Why
They
does
want
it
to know
have
if
to
you
have
have any
this cliche?
children. Let me just have it for a moment, please. What did you say to her? Who was asking the question? Yes, ma'am. You asked her what?
Does she have any children?
Wait a minute. Please give it. Yes. Please take.
No.
Then you're not qualified to speak. I have 6. I understand what they're saying. You're not qualified to speak on it.
Well, okay. Yeah.
I have a 4-year-old daughter, And I mean, it's admirable that you decide to have a child like that, and it's amazing that you do it and that they grow up well. But there's a lot of kids out there, you know, who have two parents.
And they don't get the love that they ought to get.
Yeah, and I'm there all the time.
Excuse me.
And I'm amazed.
Yes, Florrie.
The only thing that I missed out on, for real, was a cruel and hard divorce. That's the only thing that I lost. They would have, if my parents had been married, they would have been divorced within years, and that would have made it a lot worse on me. I was happier that they were never even married than if they were to be divorced.
But what about loving parents who are there all the time for their children?
That wasn't the case with her. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Can I ask you a personal question? Have you ever burnt your rice in vermicelli?
Bye, Mom.
Maybe you left it for a second? Fortunately, there's new Lipton Golden Sauté. In one step, your rice and vermicelli come out golden every time because Lipton has already sautéed it for you. No skillet, no risk.
Don't risk your rice. Get new Golden Sauté.
Rolaids. Now that spells relief.
It's amazing what these kids know.
Well, they don't know everything. Like this sugar-sweetened Kool-Aid's got less sugar than Coke or Pepsi. Less than Coke or Pepsi? 25% less. Really?
25% less sugar.
They know everything.
Having kids means having Kool-Aid. Open your Ameritech Pages Plus to the Touch 4 section, dial the number and the 4-digit code, and get telephone updates on the weather. Find out who won and who got traded. Get all the dirt on your favorite soap.
I'm sorry I shot John, but I had to be with you.
My brother, John?
Touch 4 phone updates, only in your Ameritech Pages Plus.
To test for perfect pasta, some people use hit-or-miss methods. But this isn't the way to make sure your pasta is just right. This is, because when you choose American Beauty, you can depend on the pasta to turn out perfect.
Great.
Every time. For over 75 years, American Beauty's been pleasing families meal after meal. So make sure our pasta is your pick of the pastas. American Beauty. Perfect every time.
This noise woke me up. It was my older brother, Ricky, looking for money. He was high on crack. He was gonna kill me. I'm never gonna be like him. Can't nobody make me do drugs.
What did you want to say, Jessica? Go ahead.
Well, for you people that think I do need a father, I'm happy with what I have sitting right next to me.
All right. What's that? Yes, ma'am. You wanted to say. You'll stand, please.
How does the young lady know she's happy not having a father when she's never experienced one?
Because when I look at my friends in class or something, and I see people that are that have the mothers are divorced and they have a child, then when they see that, you know, when they promise that they're going to come on Sunday or something and they say no, I think it's better to know that you do have a father out there instead of just having a father and he's not coming to visit you and you feel avoided.
Phil.
What?
I need to explode a myth here. There is no genetic imprint for two parents. The children are not born missing something.
Wait a minute. Hold it.
Yes.
There's a study that says within 36 hours after a child's born, it recognizes both its mother and its father. Hold it. Yes. The child is I'm not saying not to do this, but I think it's not a good argument to say the child is not designed to be the product of a union. That's all I'm saying.
Over here, please. May I have your attention for a moment?
My question is to Bill Boggs. You
Yeah.
started out saying that your girlfriend was pregnant, and when she
And his
told
knees
you,
buckled, I think.
and his knees buckled. Did you ever marry the girl?
Well, actually, yeah, I'm glad you gave me a chance to finish
Right,
that.
'cause
What
you didn't
happened was
finish.
my niece buckled because I know that a man's obligation is to his child, whether you're preparing for it or not. My life has turned out to be the greatest thing in my life is having my son Trevor. Absolutely, unequivocally. I got married. The marriage didn't work. When this show is over, I'm going to see my son. I am totally devoted to my son, and men need to be doing that.
Yes.
Okay.
Did this young woman
Thank you.
want to have a... Yes. You wanted to say, please.
Yes, Miss Stone, I have a comment for you. My mother was a single parent, and she brought me up, and I'm 23. I did experience having a father for some time, and then he was gone. And the only thing that was painful for me, because God bless my mother, she was very strong, the only thing that was painful for me was the fact that someone was supposed to be there and wasn't. I wish she had never been with them and started on her own, because she did it well, and the only thing that was
I have to
painful
tell
for
you
me is that he
something.
didn't
My
live up to his
father,
expectations.
My mother was also sort of a single mother. My father died when I was about 6. So I was more or less in a similar kind of circumstance. All right, he didn't leave of his own volition. People don't die unless they commit suicide. He died of cancer. However, she did bring my brother and my sister and me up alone. So in that sense, she was a single mother. My sister is a single mother.
Yeah, not by choice.
Okay.
And
my
your point is
sister,
what, Lorraine?
in a sense, yes, because she chose not to remarry.
What's your point?
Okay, the point is that what she is saying may indeed be very nice. However, but it really has no bearing on the subject at all.
Yeah, please let this young woman make her point. We've got brains and wisdom and talent and insight in the audience. You're on. Go ahead.
Well, I think that it's important, it's wonderful that you're all having children, it's beautiful and so forth, and it's wonderful that you feel that you can be independent of men, that's great.
Right.
However, having children is a lot of hard work, and I don't know if it's the best choice for independence. I don't know if, having children is something people should feel very pressured to do. I don't think that people should feel like they have to.
They wanted it, though. They're saying they wanted it.
But women in general feel like they should have children. In general, I really believe that.
And you don't think that's a good idea or just natural?
Not necessarily. I don't think people should feel pressured to have children.
Well, you're coming very close to saying they're being selfish.
No, I don't feel that way at all.
All right. Yes, you wanted to say. Yes.
Well, I think that, I've had friends who have had fathers who are completely dysfunctional, and I know that they would have been a lot better off without them. So much emphasis is being put on having a father and a role model. The role model needs to be positive, or he does absolutely no good.
Very well said. Yes. Briefly, sir.
I just want to make a point. I didn't grow up with my mother and father, but having a parent, even if it's one, is better than none.
Very good thought. Yes.
I just wish that my mother and father would have divorced a long time ago. It took them a long time to divorce, and it was hell for us kids. My sisters and I, this is one of them, all 3 of us are most likely going to have children on our own, unless we can find a good man. It is the ideal situation, and I think I would rather see a woman make a conscious choice to have a child, a mature adult.
Just a question for you. May I ask you how old you are?
28.
And you're single?
Yes.
And so you want to have a baby whether Mr. Right comes along or not?
Yes.
Do I understand that?
Yes.
I assume this would be by artificial insemination?
It depends.
You
I
may-
haven't decided.
You may not...
Anybody?
Listen. Hang on. Would you be intimate with a man for the purpose of having a child without telling him?
No.
You would never schnook her a guy.
I wouldn't do what she did. I don't think that's fair.
Fine. Now, you're 28. Just one more. You're 28. What's the deadline here? When is this going to happen?
I would say 30, 32. She has a deadline. What's your deadline?
Yes. Your deadline is what?
I always said I'd like to have a man in my life, but by the time I'm 40, I want to have a child. I mean, I want to satisfy that maternal instinct. So by the time I give myself till I'm 40, and I'd like to have more than one, but, I think 40...
For parenting, I think children can be nurtured and loved and cared for in nuclear families, extended families, single-parent families, any kind of family.
What's the matter? Make your point.
I just want to say, I grew up, my mother died when I was 9, and I grew up without a mother. There are things still that I want to know about her, and I'll never know. Your children, when they're my age, are going to say, Mommy, what did Daddy do when he was 16 years old? Mommy, what was Daddy like when he was 25? You can't give them that information. Those are things I will never know. So
Yeah, and we'll be back in just a moment. I'll give you...
Truckloads of Factory Direct specials mean big savings for you now at WGNR Furniture. This all-wood 4-piece bedroom set features an engraved oak finish. At just $5.99, this outstanding value will sell out fast. Hurry in while supplies last in this very special purchase. At only $3.99, family dining is truly affordable. This pedestal-based table includes 4 vinyl-covered matching chairs. For a limited time, you'll get Factory Direct savings on truckloads of merchandise at all WGNR Furniture stores.
It's amazing what these kids know.
Well, they don't know everything. Like this sugar-sweetened Kool-Aid's got less sugar than Coke or Pepsi. Less than Coke or Pepsi? 25% less. Really?
It's 25% less sugar.
They know everything. Having kids means having Kool-Aid. I hope you're enjoying your evening.
If you suffer from chronic halitosis, try Halo. Formulated... Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
At T-Main, we always have a gigantic selection of used cars. And we're open every weeknight till 9 and Saturday till 6 with acres and acres of lighted display area. And we offer incredible deals like this 90 Geo Prism with automatic and air. With your good credit, it's only $49 down, just $149 a month. Or this 88 Mazda 323 SE for $49 down, only $109 a month. So what do you do for your best used car deal? Pick up the phone, call the magic number, 1-800-442-BAME. Or better yet, come on down and let's make a deal.
More pecan sauce.
Wait. This ain't paste pecan sauce.
No, it's new Paste Thick and Chunky Salsa. Big chunks of tomatoes, onions, and peppers. Perfect for dipping. And it's got something no other thick and chunky salsa has, the great taste of Paste. So try new Paste Thick and Chunky in mild, medium, and hot.
Who was that pitch man anyway? I don't know. But he left us this.
Pick up the thick and chunky one. Pick up the Paste.
Give you a chance. Hang on just a second. Hang on a moment. Yes, ma'am, you wanted to say.
Hi, Phil. I'd like to just say that I, too, am a single mother by artificial insemination, though. And I had both my children by the same biological donor. After I was divorced, and he liked somebody else and left, and I was left waiting for my biological clock to end. I don't think it's fair.
Yes.
Am I still on here?
Yes.
I don't think it's fair.
Obviously, this child is going to have to be disciplined. You don't think it's fair. You're making an appointment. Can I have your baby here? Oh, I know I like you, too. You're such a...
I don't think it's fair for people just to say I'm selfish.
Yeah.
Because I'm not selfish.
Yes.
Except that
Let me understand this. You had a boyfriend.
I had a husband.
Oh, a husband. You one and only, and you had no children by this husband.
That's right.
So he bails out, the marriage is over, and you're left with a...
No family.
And you wanted a family.
Absolutely.
And here you are. Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I've had 2 of them, both by the same donor. And there's no argument, there's no fighting in my home, as opposed to my sister, who's a single mother by divorce. And there's a lot of confrontation that goes on with that.
Yeah.
We're a lot more quieter, I think, than her home life.
Yes. Amanda, did you want in here? Yeah. You have a mic? Stand up for us, honey.
Someone had said in the audience about asking questions, and Flory had already said before that she had never asked these questions, and I haven't either. And a lot of people don't want to know and don't really mind because they already have their mother. And I'm pretty much set with my mother, and I know Flory is.
Only of my mother.
You what?
I asked the questions of my mother. It never even crossed my mind to ask what my father was doing when he was 25, and how would my mother even know that, or my father?
Yes. You wanted to say, someone out here, you'll make your point. Yes, ma'am.
Bill Boggs, I totally disagree with you. Eileen, I think you should have told the guy that you had gotten pregnant by that you were pregnant. But the rest of you ladies, I'm a little bit shaky. I commend you all. I give you all credit because I agree with everything you did.
You wanted to say.
I'm a single mother by choice, too, and I was married, and my husband died. Does that mean I can't have a child? Does that mean my dream of motherhood has to die, too?
No, I think everyone who opposes the idea of purposeful single parenthood admires you and understands that there are far too many youngsters in this country. An unusually large percentage of people in this country are having babies and have to raise them all by themselves.
But my desire to be a mother is still there.
No question.
My own desire.
So you support these women?
I'm one of them. I went out and got pregnant and have an 11-month-old child.
You had, did you use artificial insemination?
No, I used a man.
And, yeah. Well, good. Yeah.
What can I say?
Well, no, that's all you have to say. We understand. Yes. Yes, you wanted to say. Go ahead.
I was just curious as to what Lori, you know, when she grows up, you know, if she wants to be a single parent. Like, yeah.
Lori, do you want to be a single parent? Here, Grandpa, yeah.
I don't know. I'm 16 years old and I haven't quite thought about whether I want to have children or not. I want children, and if there's a man involved that I think is qualified to have my children, then he can be part of my children, but if not, he's not going to, because I am not putting my children through a gruesome divorce. I have 4 friends whose parents are together. I go to school with 2,000 people, and I'm not saying I know all of them, but I have 4 good friends who have their parents are still together. And I mean, I refuse to put my children through that. It's not happening.
This woman wants to say.
I think that it can be a very dysfunctional place to be when your parents aren't in agreement over the thing. So this type of relationship, if you really want to have a child and the man agrees, or you do artificial insemination, that's fine, except for I do worry about them having grandparents and aunts and uncles that maybe would have wanted part of that life also.
Yes.
It's not just the man.
Yes. Darling, you wanted to say. What did you want to say, sweet?
Many of my friends at school have parents, and it doesn't mean I don't have to, and I'm very sad that I don't have a father, but I'm also very happy with my mother.
We thank you very much for that very honest contribution. Grandpa, you get to speak here.
Yeah,
Get in here, please, sir.
I'm probably only the grandpa here, and I would like to inject a little thought that might introduce a little new thinking.
Let's go, Grandpa.
All the thinking so far has started with the biological act that produced the child.
Yes, it has.
I'd like to suggest that some of the factors that make for a happy life reach back a little farther than that.
Grandparents and family and Thanksgiving and support and cousins and
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, Grandpa. We thank you very, very much. Just because you've got gray hair doesn't mean you shouldn't be respected.
Right.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Waffles, Mom?
Oh, not for me, dear, no.
They're delicious.
Yes, but look at all that syrup, dear. A moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
Come on, Mom. Live dangerously.
Living dangerously isn't what's kept me the same size as the day I was married.
This syrup's delicious. Really rich and mapley. Oh, and it's light.
Light?
Log Cabin Light syrup, Mom. Half the calories.
Log Cabin Syrup's irresistible maple flavor for more than 100 years.
Who has chicken sandwiches for just $1.99 right now? Here's a hint. They're the only ones with a delicious selection of chicken sandwiches like this. Need another hint?
Okay.
Whoops, don't throw it out. That old sofa has never been worth more. Furnishings Unlimited will give you $100 for that old sofa with your sale-priced new sofa. Choose from over 300 in stock with free delivery. This lifetime guaranteed sofa is sale-priced at $5.98. With your trade, it's just $4.98. This Broyhill sofa for $6.98 is now $5.98 with your trade. Top name brands at sale prices, plus save $100 more with your trade-in. But it's for a few days only at Furnishings Unlimited in Appleton.
It's happening now.
Honey.
They're multiplying, out of control.
Get Bobby!
Credit cards and calling cards. A proliferation of plastic gone mad. If only they'd known about the Ameritech Complete MasterCard. The free credit card combined with the power of a Wisconsin Bell calling card. For the complete story, please check your mail.
Clothes from French Toast can make any kid look good. As for grown-ups, they're on their own.
Why pick a salsa whose recipe probably came from a boardroom when there's one that came from a real Mexican restaurant? Chi-Chi's Salsa, now at your grocer's.
Single Mothers by Choice. If it's at Post Office Box 1642, Gracie Square Station, New York City, 10028. These are people who will give you information about what's in it for you if you're going to be a single parent? That is a single mother, a mother who chooses pregnancy and child rearing without knowing and on purpose without a father. Yes.
I just want to ask the lady who's the mother of the son in the green. When your son grows up and he comes home and he says to you, I'm going to be a daddy, she fooled me into getting her pregnant, how are you going to react?
Yes, you wanted to say.
If some girl tricks your son into it, what is your reaction? Fine, that's, you know.
Yes.
I told him finally afterwards that actually he figured it out, and he wanted no part of it. He moved out of town. His family doesn't know. His friends don't know.
Well,
he chose anonymity. Now this one wants to talk.
No, but what I'm saying is, how are you going to feel being his mother when some
Fine,
girl...
as long as she doesn't expect anything from us. I expected nothing from the father of my child. Not penny one, not a postcard, not a letter.
Yes. Nico, what do you want to say?
Well, it's not like she batted the guy on the head and tricked him into getting in the sack. The guy knew what he was doing. So, you have no right to be tricking her. And so did my father.
Yes.
Wait, you can't tell me there's...
Please, may I have your attention, please? Thank you.
Wait, you can't tell me there's no psychological damage to that boy, that in green, that his father does not want to be part of his life. How does he feel? He wanted no part of him.
Yeah.
There's got to be some...
Yeah. Yes. This audience is reacting to single motherhood, not unlike the whole office reacted to Murphy Brown. Holy cow, Murphy Brown is pregnant. This is very brief. Watch this. What's happening to prime time?
Look at me. I have a tremendous fear of dogs. Is that what you want? All right.
What do you think? Yeah.
I just want to ask the lady in the blue.
Yes.
When your son grows up and starts asking you questions about sex, especially in the world today with the AIDS epidemic going on, what are you going to say to him? How can you justify what you did?
I think that's true that's true with kids who were born before wedlock or anything. You wanted to say.
Yeah, I wanted to say that I'm a therapist to answer the other person's question, and I have a child who's 11 who's right here, and there's absolutely no evidence in any study that having no father is harmful to a child. What is harmful is losing a father by death or divorce. There's definite consequences of that.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
I think it's never too late to begin anything. The truth of the matter is, you can hit the gym and do 30 minutes a day and get the old chassis in gear and stroke out there and still look good. One good thing about it is you don't have to lie about your age.
For total fitness, join Bally's Vic Tanny now and get 50% off. Call 1-800-WORKOUT.
Tonight on News 11 at 5.
I'm Dr. Alan Cherkasky. Cervical cancer is 100% curable if found early. You can only find it on a pap smear, and I'll tell you more about that at 5 on House Call.
And at 6.
I'm Marty Patel. Union workers rally against the governor's veto of a plan that would save their jobs during a strike. And in tonight's senior report, finding the perfect roommate for an elderly person.
That's tonight at 5 and 6 on The Source, WLUK News 11.
Truckloads of Factory Direct specials means big savings for you now at WGNR Furniture. Buy any 5 yards of carpet and get 1 yard free. Carpet any 12 by 18 foot room with quality Stainmaster carpeting and get 4 yards free. WGNR features DuPont Stainmaster Extra Life carpet with a 5-year texture resistant warranty. A great value at $16.98 a yard that highly resists matting and crushing. For a limited time, you'll get Factory Direct savings on truckloads of merchandise at all WGNR furniture stores.
Notice these prescription spectacle lenses. Indoors, they're a pleasing blush tint. Outdoors, they darken to screen out uncomfy glare and odious UV. Indoors, back to blush, and so on. They're called Transitions Comfort Lenses, and they're made of lightweight plastic, which permits the delightful pun, light makes them dark, plastic makes them light. New Transitions Comfort Lenses.
See your neighborhood eye care specialist, Dr. Melanie Reimer in Green Bay and Howard.
When you get a new prescription filled, you probably have a few questions.
Any side effects?
With Shopko's prescription information service, I can give you the best answers available.
Will this affect my baby?
I use the computer for detailed information to check on your other prescriptions
What about reactions to other medications?
and alert you to any possible side effects or reactions. If you have any questions, I'm here to help.
For a transcript of today's program, send $3 check or money order to Donahue Transcripts, 1535 Grant Street, Denver, Colorado, 80203, or call 303-831-9000.
Meet women who claim their attorney demanded sexual favors in exchange for legal services. Next, Donahue.
You don't have to do that. Yes.
How and at what age did you tell the children that this was the way that they came in?
How did you tell your kids? Who wants that? Who's got a mic is the problem. You want to say.
I told them as soon as they could understand English. I told them what the circumstances of their birth were. I showed pictures of my son's father to him.
Yes.
We should be worried and talking about the women that aren't making the conscious decision to have children.
Yeah, accidental, yes, pregnancy, yes.
When you kids grow up, how are you going to know how to have your own families? You're not going to know the roles of, mother and father.
Yeah, what is it?
Bill, I think you should make the commitment before you sleep with her, not after.
Well, shouldn't we all? Well, let's not lord over here in our moral superiority, yes.
What happens to those children if something happens to you? You cut their chances 50%.
Yeah. Sisters! We got somebody who hasn't had time. Hang on,
It's arranged.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have a problem with how you conduct your lifestyle, but I think you should tell the kids who their biological fathers really are. Let them make the decision.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, you wanted to say.
I want to congratulate you women. I think it takes guts to raise children, and there's nothing in the world like having children.
Well, they thank you for your support, yes.
Services provided and promotional fees paid by the following.
Lights bright, turn on the magic of colored lights.
Kids just pop in the colored pegs to create favorite characters or their own light pictures. Light Bright from Milton Bradley.
Tupperware. The first name in freshness has a fresh new look. Tupperware is listed in your directory white pages. Tupperware.
For the perfect weekend and the perfect frequent stay program, check into the new Drake, the only Swiss hotel on Park Avenue.